Human or vampire, this man built a brand around not dying. He eats the same meal every day, sleeps by 8:30, and takes over 100 pills before noon. He tracks the oxygen in his brain, the elasticity of his skin, and even the blood flow in his genitals. And people are copying him. Exactly. Not just for the health and not just for the performance, but because they believe in his mission. Bryan Johnson did not build a company. He built a movement, a belief system with its own rituals, its own language, and a clear enemy: aging. He's now even got an event that thousands and thousands of people are attending in person for that same reason. This is not just biohacking. He's building something far more powerful, a brand that's turning data into law and followers into fanatics. Blueprint is the name of his protocol, the name of his brand. And the real question is not whether it works, it's more how he got people to follow it. So let's break this down. Bryan Johnson is not your average influencer. There's no quick hacks, no beach photos, and no motivational speeches. He sold his company prior, Braintree, to PayPal for $800 million. He launched a neurotech startup called Kernel, then turned his body into a full-time science experiment. The mission he attached to this is just don't die. He eats with military precision, sleeps with clinical discipline, and measures everything along the way. So this isn't about lifestyle, it's more about control. The blueprint protocol behind it is the IP, and that's what they're bottling up now and productizing. It's the most extreme longevity protocol that's ever probably been made public. He consumes exactly 2,250 calories every day, 100% plant-based, mostly raw vegetables, zero sugar, zero alcohol, and no deviation from the plan. He works out daily, strength training, cardio, high intensity intervals. He also sleeps by 8:30 p.m., wakes up without an alarm, no screen time after sundown, and no stress spikes before bed. In doing all of this, he tracks more than 200 biomarkers, full body MRIs, endoscopies, ultrasounds, colonoscopies, biological age assessments. This is for every organ, every system, and even his hearing, gum health, and yes, sexual function. Even more interestingly, he's published it all, every test, every metric, every result, and he claims to have slowed his rate of aging to 0.69 years per year. In essence, meaning he is getting older slower than the rest of us. So by now, you're probably already realizing why people are obsessing over it. The data is impressive. But data alone doesn't create this kind of obsession. So why are people really drawn to him? Well, Bryan did not just publish numbers. He built narrative around it. There is a clear enemy: death. And there is a daily ritual. It involves supplements, workouts, cold exposure, early sleep, and so on. There's an insider language, zeroism, or don't die, rejuvenation Olympics. He's turned biohacking more into a belief system. And in doing so, he made longevity emotional. There's a mission, there's a movement. And when people see someone sacrifice comfort, pleasure, and convenience to live their truth, they start to pay attention. So ultimately, he became a symbol of commitment himself. That made him credible, and that made him influential. And though this is a strong word, let's look at the cult brand playbook, because Bryan didn't just invent this playbook. He is executing it better than almost anyone, but the same tactics are used by Goop, CrossFit, Bulletproof, and yes, the Liver King. So let's look at 5 traits cult brands share. Number 1, they have a clear enemy. Number 2, a sacred mission. Number 3, they have shared rituals. Number 4, polarizing beliefs. And number 5, identity-driven community. And Blueprint checks every single box. This is not a health routine, it's an operating system for life. Now, for us business heads here, Blueprint started as a protocol, sure, but now it is becoming a product empire. They are quietly building a billion-dollar ecosystem. He released Longevity Mix, a supplement blend that replicates his daily stack. He launched the Don't Die Summit, which is a conference for longevity insiders and elite biohackers. He created the rejuvenation Olympics, a public leaderboard where followers can compete on biomarkers. He is literally productizing belief, turning fans into customers and turning metrics into merchandise. And he's not doing it through advertising. He's doing it through the trust that is built. The reality is that this kind of builds an audience that follows without question. Most brands want mass appeal, but Bryan went deep instead of wide. His followers are data-driven, obsessive, status-oriented, and they're addicted to optimization. They don't want to necessarily just feel good, they want to feel in control. And the important thing about that is that Blueprint gives them a way to measure it. It offers them a system, it offers them a roadmap, a hierarchy, and that creates not just brand loyalty, but it creates identity. Now, we see the playbook, we see how it relates to this case study, but what can we learn from this? Well, you don't have to want to live forever in this instance, but if you are building a brand, Blueprint is a masterclass. Let's look at it. Lead with obsession. Turn results into story, narrative. Turn the process into a ritual, something that people can do every single day. And turn identity into the product. That way, when people buy your product or service, they're proud to be a part of that association, all the way through to shouting it from the rooftops or spending thousands of dollars on travel tickets to go to an event just to be a part of the community. And that's often achieved through transparency, even with your failures. In fact, especially with your failures. We want to polarize, we want to share the journey, and we want to invite people to join it, not for the product, but for the purpose itself. I might be wrong, but Bryan Johnson probably won't live forever. But his brand just might. Because he didn't build just a supplement company. He's built a belief system. And belief is the most powerful product that you can sell. And if you want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe and drop a comment below.